You sat down to rest. Finally, a quiet moment. Just you. No one asking anything. Nothing urgent. And yet, your brain didn't stop. It's still running, still looping, still pulling you back. Back to that email you didn't answer. That conversation that went wrong. That thing you still haven't touched. You're sitting completely still, but inside, it feels like 100 tabs are open and none will close. You whisper to yourself, just relax, just breathe, just be here for a second. But you can't. And the worst part? You have no idea why. You're not doing anything hard, you're just sitting. But your chest feels tight, your mind feels heavy, and underneath it all, there is that quiet hum of guilt. You look at your to-do list. You know what needs to be done. But when you try to start, nothing happens. Your body will not move. Your brain will not engage. It is like pushing a car that is completely out of gas. And then the voice starts. Why cannot you just do it? Other people manage. Why cannot you? You are lazy. You are falling apart. Something is wrong with you. That voice. You know it well. If that sounds familiar, stay with me. Because what I am about to tell you might change how you see yourself. And if this video is already hitting close to home, subscribe. This channel exists for exactly this kind of conversation. The real ones. The ones most people are too afraid to have out loud. You found the right place. What you are experiencing is not laziness. It is not weakness. It is not a character flaw. It is not who you are. It is what happens when a human brain has been running on empty for too long, and nobody warned you that was possible. It is called mental exhaustion, and it is one of the most invisible, most misunderstood experiences a person can live. Because from the outside, you look fine, you show up, you function, you smile when you are supposed to smile. You hold it together in public, you answer the messages, you do what needs to be done. But inside, you are running on fumes. And you have been running on fumes for longer than you would like to admit. Here is what is actually happening in your brain. Your mind is not just a thinking machine. It is an emotional processing system. And every single day, it absorbs everything without exception. Every decision, every worry, every interaction, every piece of news, every unspoken fear, every single day. And most of us were never taught how to discharge that weight. So it builds, quietly, invisibly, layer by layer. Psychologists call it cognitive overload. Your brain's working memory gets so full that simple tasks feel impossible. Not because you are incapable, but because there is genuinely no bandwidth left. The tank is empty. And then your nervous system gets involved. When your brain feels overwhelmed for long enough, your body shifts. Fight, flight, freeze. The same system that kicks in during physical danger, now triggered by your inbox, by the pile of dishes, by the simple question, what do you want for dinner tonight? That is all it takes. And in survival mode, deep thinking shuts down, motivation shuts down, creativity shuts down completely. Your brain is just trying to get through the next hour without falling apart. That is not laziness. That is neuroscience. And the symptoms? They are hiding in plain sight. You forget things, simple things, things you knew 5 minutes ago. You read the same paragraph 4 times and still do not know what it said. You are not distracted. You are depleted. You open your phone to do something important, and 20 minutes later, you do not remember what it was. Getting out of bed feels like climbing a mountain. Not because you are sad, exactly. Just heavy. Everything feels heavy. You cancel plans not because you do not care about people, but because performing okay for 2 more hours is too much. You procrastinate, not because you are irresponsible, but because starting requires emotional energy you do not have. You sleep and wake up tired. Like sleep does not reach you anymore. Like your mind never actually turned off. And the nights are the worst, because that is when the silence arrives. And in the silence, everything breaks loose. The worries come. The regrets come. Every version of yourself you used to be but cannot seem to find anymore. Your mind races, and you just lie there, exhausted, but unable to rest, tired of being tired. Your mind races, and you just lie there, exhausted, but unable to rest, tired of being tired. If any of this is resonating, drop a comment below, even just the word "me." You have no idea how much that helps. And if this video is speaking to something real in your life, a like takes 2 seconds. It tells me to keep going. Now let us talk about the cycle, because this is the part nobody warns you about. And it matters. It starts with exhaustion. Real, deep, cellular exhaustion. The kind that lives in your bones. And because you are exhausted, you cannot do the things you need to do. The list grows. The days pass. And because you cannot do those things, the guilt starts. I should be further along. What is wrong with me? And guilt? Guilt is one of the most draining emotional states a human brain can be in. It does not motivate. It paralyzes. So now you are exhausted and paralyzed. And the list keeps growing. And the guilt keeps compounding. At some point, your brain makes a quiet decision to just withdraw. Even if you never consciously choose it. You stop answering messages. You start canceling things. You pull back. Not because you do not care. And then the shame arrives. Silent, heavy, personal. I used to be better than this. What happened to me? And you carry that shame quietly because you do not want anyone to know. Because from the outside, your life looks fine. And you think that makes it worse, that there is nothing dramatic enough to justify feeling this broken inside. So you keep going, performing, surviving, running on less and less. That is the cycle, and it is not a moral failure. It is an exhausted human being doing the only thing they know how to do: keep going. That is actually brave. You are not broken. I want to say that again, clearly, because you may have needed to hear it for a long time. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You are not falling apart because something is fundamentally wrong with you. You are a person whose mind has been carrying too much for too long, with too little support and too little rest. And the fact that you are still here, still searching, still watching this at whatever hour it is right now, that is not weakness. That is one of the most quietly courageous things a person can do. Do not forget that. That is not weakness. That is one of the most quietly courageous things a person can do. Do not forget that. Here is the reframe I want to leave you with. The things you have not done, they are not evidence of who you are. They are evidence of how much you have been carrying. There is a difference, and that difference is everything. The mess in your life, physical, emotional, relational, it is not a reflection of your character. It is a reflection of a brain in survival mode, doing its best to protect you from complete collapse. And survival mode was never meant to be permanent. It was meant to get you through. And you got through. You are still here. Which means something else is possible now. Not a transformation. Not an overhaul. Just a little more gentleness. A little more permission to be human. That is where it starts. Your energy can come back. Not all at once. Not tomorrow morning. But slowly, the way light returns after a long winter. You do not force it. You just stop blocking it. You stop punishing yourself for being where you are. Start small, embarrassingly small. 1 glass of water, 1 minute outside, 1 true moment of rest. Not because it will fix everything, but because your nervous system needs to learn that it is safe to stop, safe to slow down, safe to be here without performing, safe to exist without producing. That is healing. Safe to slow down, safe to be here without performing, safe to exist without producing. That is healing. You deserve that, not as a reward for doing enough, just because you are a human being, and humans deserve peace. Mental exhaustion does not mean your life is over. It means your mind has been working overtime on your behalf, and it needs you to finally notice. So notice, right now, in this moment, your mind has been fighting for you. You are not lazy, you never were. You are just tired, and tired can heal. Give yourself that chance. If this video described your life, I really want to hear from you. Leave a comment. Tell me what hit hardest. Your words might be exactly what someone else needed to read today. You showing up here matters more than you know. And if you want more of this, real, honest conversations about what is happening inside our minds, the next video is already on your screen. Go watch it. I think it will matter to you. Take care of yourself.